everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Samantha. I find things and I resell them online for a profit. Don't forget also, if you're new here, to subscribe and like this video. It helps me tremendously and I appreciate all of you. Today I'm going to give you a what sold video with a twist. I'm not going to give you everything that sold within the last couple of weeks, but I want to share with you some really big sales that happened last week in general. And the reason why is I hit up a Plato's in Style Encore. They were having a clearance sale at Style, so I was able to pick up some items for $1 each. And then I have some items that sold that I picked up at a garage sale for $1 each. And then also some items I picked up at the bins. So those are going to be 50 cents or less. And I'm really excited to share with you guys because these are huge ROI items. And these are kind of like a unicorn. I say unicorn, it's not really unicorn, but for the price that I got them for, and the flip amount is like a unicorn flip. And it normally happens like once a month for me, you know, maybe sometimes more, but never this many times in 1 week. So I'm so thankful and so happy. By the way, if you did not check out those videos, make sure you check out my previous ones covering Style Encore and Plato's, because I kind of share with you what I do when I go there and how I flip things to benefit me, and it kind of also benefits them at the same time. And I use that for some extra cash each week or a couple times each month. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this. I'm going to be looking at my phone screen, but I will pop up a display to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So the first item that sold was Freebird fringe booties. They sold for $70 on Mercari. The selling fee was $7. I paid $1 for these. The next is GK Elite Gymnastics Leotard. And if you watched one of my previous videos, I actually got this in a bag sale. So I paid a quarter or less for them. Sold it for $20, shipping fee $4.25, selling fee $2, my profit $13.25, obviously minus the 50 cents. Next is another GK Elite Leotard, sold for $20, shipping fee $4.25, selling fee $2, made $13.75 minus the other little bit. What's also awesome about these two is also, if you're here and you're subscribed, please drop a comment. Thank you so much for sharing this. Someone told me these were expensive leotards, so instead of taking it to Once Upon a Child, I decided to sell them myself. And it's thanks to my subscribers. So if you ever see something and you know it's worth more than I'm saying, or it's called something else, please share. I am a wealth of knowledge, but I also am a sponge. I always love to learn new things, and you guys are the reason I'm putting myself out there to share what I know. And if you want to share what you know with me, I'd appreciate it so much. But this is why. I mean, I made $13 off of both of those when I could have made $1 or $2 at Once Upon a Child, which would still be great, but this was an awesome flip. I sold a pair of teaks. These sold for $100 and the selling fee was $10, so I made $90. Now, I did pay up for these. I bought 2 of them, actually. They were selling for $75 each at Style and Plato's. I would never pay that much for anything, but I did have a coupon, so I ended up getting both pairs for $68 each. And the only reason why I paid that amount is because I knew if I listed those right when I got home, they would sell. And guess what? I hadn't even listed them yet, and the black ones sold to my hairdresser, and then the tan ones sold literally the overnight. So the next day, they had sold for me. So, I mean, $90, what? That would be like $23 profit. Like, okay, I know it's going to sell overnight. That's $23. That can go in my gas tank. That can go to food, whatever. But I don't ever pay that much unless I know it's going to be an instant flip. Birkenstock, little girls. These were also in a bag sale. They sold for $18. Poshmark fees was $3.60. So I made $14.40. And I paid less than 50 cents for those. Old Gringo brown leather fringe booties. These sold for $175 on Poshmark, minus Poshmark fees, which were $35. and I only paid $1 for those, so I made $140. Okay, I shared this on my Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, do so. I share daily stories to help you guys and kind of give you some tips and tricks or motivation for your day. But a little bit about this, I shared what I made, and someone goes, "That's amazing. Aren't you kind of worried though the buyer might get mad if you made that much?" And my answer is no, because honestly, the market value for those boots were 200 plus. I had them listed for 240. I accepted a lower offer. It really doesn't matter what you pay for the item. What matters is the value of the item. And also, along with that, I went out and found them. I took my time out of my day to go search through places to find them. That means my gas, my time, food, my energy. I have to list the item. I have to clean the item. I have to store the item. So, I mean, I don't feel bad. It feels amazing to me that I'm able to, do this and have the tenacity to do this. It's the same as Walmart. Walmart buys from China and marks everything up. What is different from me going to find something that someone is throwing away, essentially, and reselling it for a profit because I know it's worth something. I know it's worth more than just throwing it in the dump or, throwing it in the trash or whatever it may be. So although this is such a rare find, I mean, these were on clearance at Style for $1. I mean, you're never gonna, I don't think I'm probably ever going to find that again for $1. But that was a huge flip for me, and I'm so thankful that I am willing to research and figure out things. Because honestly, I probably would have listed those just for $90, but I did research them before and found out, they go for like 200 plus. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel so lucky right now. Thank you, thrifting gods, But next, I found a vintage Canadian club, like Canadian whiskey sign. And the amazing thing about these is I was actually 3 hours away from home in Chicago, and I was going to estate sales and garage sales with my daughter's grandparents. And the very first sale, we found all of these vintage like Coca-Cola signs and, bar signs and bar lights. And we got them for $2.50 each. And I knew they were worth it, so we bought all of them. And this is one of them that sold. So less a Poshmark fee of $9.80. I made $30 or $39.20 minus the $2.50 that we ended up paying for the sign. Teva woman's shoe. I put this one on here. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is a huge flip. But if you watch my previous Play-Dohs and Style Encore video again, I talk about buying these shoes, and I paid $8, so I did pay up, but I knew they would sell instantly. These sold within 16 hours and sold for $21 minus Poshmark's fee of $4.20, and I did send a shipping discount out to get them sold quickly for $1.80. So the net earnings was $15, then you take the $8 away, so I made $7 off of, an $8 investment, and it was pretty much instantly. I'm kind of dipping my toes into spending more sometimes when I know an item's going to flip instantly. My before attitude was I'm going on Dollar Sunday because I'm going to buy everything for $1 and I'm not going to spend full price for anything. And I've really adapted into changing that motto and studying anybody I can on YouTube, studying anybody I can on Instagram, reaching out, finding people in person, and doing my own research on solds on Poshmark or eBay and finding out what is selling and knowing the price point so that if I pay up for an item, I know if I pay the $5, I'm going to get, $8 instantly. So $3, but within, 6 hours, okay, I'll pay that $5 or whatever. Or like the teaks, I paid $69 or $68, whatever it was, but they sold instantly and I made $90. So I made the $20 and some change off of that, but it was less than 24 hours. I'm willing to do that knowing that when I pay up for an item, it's going to sell instantly. I don't typically get burned anymore. I got to find some wood to knock on. I don't typically get burned anymore when I pay up more than $5 for an item because I'm doing so much research that I'm knowing, what to pay for items. And if something, yeah, it looks nice, yeah, it will sell, but it has kind of wear, so I'm not really sure about that one. and I'll pass on it. So you really have to get a wealth of knowledge to know what you should be paying and what you shouldn't be paying and what is going to sell quickly. I didn't just learn this overnight, guys, so make sure you're out there, putting yourself out there and learning yourself. Next is a pair of Coach sneakers. I paid $1 at a garage sale. They sold for $20. Poshmark fees were $4. I sold this Dooney and Burke messenger bag, and it sold for $30. I made $24. Now this one, I got a 2-star rating, which sucks because I always get 5s. So when I got this 2, the beginning states very cute little bag, which yes, it was beautiful. I mean, it was vintage. It still had the serial number like tag and everything on the inside. Not sure if measurements were accurate. The strap is much shorter than expected. So I go to my listing because I'm like, I don't even think I put the strap measurements in there. I didn't. There's no strap measurements. It's only the bag measurements. So it's kind of like crappy to me because it's like, well, how did you know what the straps measurements were? You didn't even ask, like, and they were exactly as pictured. So I try to take very detailed pictures, every angle, you know, next to something so you can kind of visualize. And then I put the measurements for the bag. So I was like really confused by the 2, and then the very cute bag statement. So it was like contradicting. But anyways, I don't stress over these. I'm sharing this to let you guys know that I do get poor ratings sometimes, and it sucks. Yes, it does. But you got to kind of just brush it off. Money's money. I mean, I did the best I could. She could have returned it, but she chose to rate me poor and keep the bag. So obviously she still wanted it. So it was like, you know, if it wasn't how it was described, you could have returned it, but you chose not to. So just brush it off, guys, and keep going. But yeah, that was $1 fine, and I flipped it for $24. I mean, I will do that every day. I mean, I love finding Doonies, especially for $1. This moth anthropology cardigan was a bins find, and I found it actually when I was going to Orlando a few months ago with my daughter for vacation. It sold for $18. My earnings were $14.40, and I paid probably 25 cents for it because it was extremely lightweight. And at the bins, they go by the pound. Next is a cloth and stone button down. This was also a bins find from the same trip. I sold it for $20. Poshmark's fees were $4. My earnings were $16. This Marino Orlandi. Never found this brand before, didn't know what it was, just knew immediately when I touched it, it was high quality, and it's a bucket bag, so I was like, this is amazing, and they said $1, so I'm like, okay, I'm taking it. I got this for $1 at a garage sale. It sold on Tradesy. If you're not familiar with Tradesy, it's kind of similar to like ThreadUp, but you can list the items yourself. The only thing I hate is it takes so long after selling to get your money. But if you're getting top dollar, I guess waiting a few extra weeks doesn't matter. But yeah, I bought it for $1 and it sold after all the fees. I got $161.35 into my bank account from that. I am definitely going to be picking up that brand if I find it again. Another pair of Free Bird. These sold on eBay, sold for $75. They paid for the shipping. This Moosehead Canadian beer sign was again from the estate sale in Chicago. I paid $2.50. It sold on eBay for $25. They paid for shipping. Universal Craft Stand Needlework Crafts. I had absolutely no idea what this thing was. I thought it was like a stand for your laptop or something, and it kept like going down every time I put my iPad on it. And I'm like, what the heck? Okay, I'm gonna sell it. And my friend goes, you know, that's like a crafting stand, right? And I said, I had no idea. Like, it was worth money. So I listed it for 65, knowing I wasn't gonna get it, but I got 44, and they paid for shipping. I'll take that all day. And then that's it. So I shared these flips with you guys to hopefully inspire you to do your research, get your knowledge, treat reselling as a college, you know, if you would. It is a business. It is very lucrative because people are throwing out things every single day. And I'm a nurse by day, I say, reseller 24/7 because I love what I do. No matter where I'm at, if I'm on lunch break, I may stop somewhere and see, hey, can I resell this? You know? But I love it. I love finding new homes for things. I love the profit that there is, the potential there is, and I love making people's days because I get very good ratings and I get very good comments and feedback. I feel like I inspire you guys. I hope I inspire you. I do plan to get away from nursing very soon. I'm still young and I want to stay young. If you're a nurse, you completely understand what I'm saying. Although it's very rewarding, it's not rewarding enough to suck the life out of me. And unfortunately it does. So although I love it and I could do it for life, it's not what I want to do. I feel like there's more meant for me, and I think this is the avenue I want to go for. I want to share with you guys potential that you could make yourself. So go out there and study, learn something new today, write it down so you remember, review it, and keep learning every single day, guys. I promise you, you're going to be able to make more online if you don't give up. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, follow me on Instagram. Have a great day.